Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where we have an overview of the state of research hiring. And then a marketing and media research veteran comments on the usefulness and utilization of big data. We're sponsored today and this week by Dapracy, which helps clients automate the deployment of infographics-based dashboards that clearly communicate complex data. Reeve Associates President Phil Reeve has released his first quarter 2015 research staffing assessment, and it seems to show that we're in a seller's market. Employed researchers are fairly adamant that if you want to hire them away, you better be prepared to pay them accordingly. After receiving average 3% pay bumps last year, Reeve says the typical U.S. researcher is now earning $105,000 per year. But there are average bonuses of $25,000 that are intended to make up for these minor raises. Researchers at engineering, retail, banking, and CPG organizations are best compensated, according to Reeve. Researchers are working more hours, he says, and over 50% of organizations claim to be looking to hire an additional researcher this year. But companies are looking to land them with 10 to 15% pay boosts over what they're currently making, while entrenched researchers think, well, they're worth 23 to maybe 30% above their current pay. If you would like to know more, check out our link to Phil's video report. Next, Hess Consulting Principal Mike Hess, who for the past 4 years has served Nielsen as EVP Data Fusion and Integration, spoke at the Wharton School last week about big data. We asked him to summarize what he told to classes, and please note the astounding statistic that he shares concerning respondents.
Big data sets are great, but most of the discussions that I've heard to date on the topic have actually been about the systems required to process the new larger data sets. For example, old legacy systems have to be replaced by new equipment, etc. That's generally what I've heard. However, these same presentations typically assume that the analytic part will take care of themselves. So for example, if we had 1,000 respondents in a survey a couple of decades ago in 1995, now with big data, we're told that we can easily get 1 million people in the sample, and somehow that's considered better. In a recent class presentation that I did, my major theme was that with these big data sets, more advanced and appropriate analytics, in my opinion, are required to fully leverage big data properly. And in class, I used 2 examples of advanced analytics from my past life to mine the data sets that we had available. In one case, for example, we employed factor analysis and cluster analysis, multivariate techniques that allowed us to infer the underlying or the latent structure of a quarter's worth of television viewing with respect to the embedded program genres in a really long list of unscripted programming. Then, in the second example, we tried a new method, Granger analysis. Granger rhymes with stranger, so Granger analysis, to analyze the potential causal relationships that might exist between tweeting and TV program tune-in. The big data sets there were minute-by-minute tweet information for a program, as well as, correspondingly, minute-by-minute program ratings for that same show. What we found, I now call inferred causality. We found that tweets Granger caused changes in ratings in 29% of the programs that we analyzed, and that the inferred causal percentage around that 29% actually differed by genre. So 2 big analyses, but what about in terms of benefits? The genre studies, we think, made it possible for clients to think about the category structure of television programming based on the audience's actual viewing behavior. Then the Granger analysis, I think, had 2 benefits. There was a specific benefit that had to do with allowing various media stakeholders to know that tweets actually do have a causal impact on some program tune-in. In the analysis we did, it was 29%. But beyond that, more generally, to me, it also suggested that a broader approach to causality might be attainable by analyzing big data sets with methods such as Granger analysis. But even beyond that, there are similar tools that you might have heard of called Pearl analysis and also structural equation modeling, to mention 2 of them. I think that this would be an important benefit in today's environment where management is much less interested in conducting really long test markets to determine causality. And by the way, these results I just referred to are discussed in the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and other publications back in August 2013, right after the work was done. Hey, I'm Mike Hess, and it looks like my 2 minutes are up.
Our thanks to Mike, and if you'd like to get in touch with him, he is at michaelhes@aol.com. Finally, a well-known researcher's leap into the political research arena got our attention. Chris Wilson, for over 16 years, was the CEO of Wilson Perkins Allen Opinion Research, and he has agreed to become Director of Research and Analytics for the Ted Cruz for President campaign. Cruz received a major financial contribution recently from a very prominent but usually very quiet hedge fund owner. So Chris is going to have some work to do for quite a while, it seems. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Daprsy, which helps clients automate the deployment of infographics-based dashboards that clearly communicate complex data. We suggest that you check out daprsy.com. Better yet, daprsy.com/our-clients, where you will find testimonials that I guarantee are going to be impressive for you. Have a great research day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.